Hello viewers, and welcome to another episode of Scotty's Trading. What this will be is a watch list for next week for the 1 hour time frame. So I've been backtesting quite a bit on the 1 hour time frame, mostly on the majors for breakouts and reversals. And I'll take trends as well, so it's a pretty dynamic system. Obviously, it's the 1 hour with a 20-day moving average as the stop loss placement. So I want to see price above it for a buy and then below it for a sell. It's pretty simple. I use support and resistance established on the 4 hour. I've got a couple of videos that I've made this week as well. So please check them out. It goes into detail a little bit more, but I'll be looking at the 1 hour time frame. So here, is how my positions ended for the week. So these, I really downsized the risk a little bit just because it's a small account and even micro lots at times is more than 2%. So I just took these trades. The account will probably be transferred over to the Oanda platform simply because, the tax return is going to take a little while to get to me, so I am getting a few thousand. So it's either transfer it to Oanda or keep it with AxiTrader, but I need a little bit more capital in the account to ensure that if I take a 4 hour trade on that time frame, that the lot sizing respects risk management. So the pound yen was $30 loss, which is not appropriate. That's because it was a wider stop. So anyway, let us go to, all right, we'll go to the 1 hour time frames. What I want to look at is the Aussie yen. Aussie yen. What is the Aussie yen? Let me try and find it. There it is. All right, so we'll go down to the 1 hour. Now, I'm in a chat, a private chat. I mentioned this as a potential buy trade. Now, is that the 20? Alright, so let's get the 20. Let's see what the 20 is looking like here. So I won't be trading this live. It will be on a demo account. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing. Let's make it medium violet. Alright, so it is above. Now, so the stop would be down here. So hypothetically, if it did nothing Monday and it just went sideways, I don't normally take trades on Monday. And then we'd see, but if it popped up, I probably would take the trade. And then, let's say the entry was around here at the high. We're looking at 31 pips. So you at least want a 1R. Yeah, so that's 44 pips. So that's okay, because I at least want a 1R, and then I would move the stop to break even. But that is not a really picture perfect setup. A really nice setup would be something like this, where it hovers and then, holds above 20-day moving average and then pops up again. So it's got heaps of room to just run. Because in my back testing, it's currently looking around 40% win rate. So, and in regards to that, the high probability winners, the setups are above support. So currently we're heading into resistance. So that's something to pay attention to. But that's something worth watching. So again, if we're talking entries, it'd be at this high, 81.95 or thereabouts. Wait to see what the candle does. I'll make this green. And welcome to the new subscribers as well. I have noticed that a few people have jumped on board and subscribed, so thank you very much. So lime green would be the entry, and then in red, God, that's where the stop loss would be potentially. So we'll make that red. Make that red. Race car red, baby. So that's what we're looking at, around 31 pips or so, and then 44 to the next resistance level, or zone. So it could get close to there and then start bouncing back off. So again, not an A grade setup. So in reality, I probably won't be taking that, but I just want to point it out a little bit. All right, and then we'll go down to the 1 hour here. We'll run the 20-day moving average. It's very simple, guys. Very simple. I didn't actually test this with Bollinger Bands. So all of last year I was using Bollinger Bands, and I find it unnecessary now. Like, I can see when things are a breakout. It was more of just a pair of training wheels on the bike, so I don't need it anymore. Now, if we zoom out here, There's plenty of room. I mean, when's the next resistance level? The charts are freaked out. They must have deleted them. That's really frustrating. But this is good. You can see my thesis on. I might just take it down to the 4-hour to see. Okay, so up here, it's a zone. So it's not exact size, but that's significant. That 181. So really, I mean, that's not. That's a little bit. That's a little bit there, but it's not. It's not major. There's still quite a bit of room to even to that though. See, I wouldn't really count this because it's 1, 2. No. So I'm not even going to quite. I'm just not going to define that as a level. I mean, it's an interesting point on the chart, but nothing significant. And then I'll zoom in back to the candles, 1 hour. So I'd wait to get it back to these highs here. I mean, the high there was 1.6745, and then the stop obviously is down at 20-day moving average. So that's how I'd sort of look at taking that potentially. It's interesting because it did collapse a little while ago, and now it's sideways, and now it's back up. To me, the fake out was here potentially. Then it's pushed higher again. So this is not so much of a trend trading method in regards to the 4-hour time frame that I was trading. This is more you get in. The stop is tighter, so the win rate's less. But then if it takes off, you really have to let it go because the stop's so tight. You just keep stacking and stacking on those profits and locking in that profit. So that's how I'd approach that. Let's just have a look at the Aussie dollar's going. I'm still in the Aussie dollar. The Aussie is actually a buy. Man, look how close that is. That is, wow. So that's going to be over soon. But you know what? I'd swing the thesis here and say, well, the buy, sorry, you could be long here with my other system. So I'm just looking to diversify a little bit. Yeah, definitely a buy trade. Although there is, where it is currently, especially on the hourly, I'm going to get to the 4-hour and just see where the next. Yeah, there is a little bit of resistance there. So I'd wait and see to get it through 74, sort of 50, and then see where it wants to go. So, but the Euro US dollar long is definitely the pick of the bunch. Pound, not so much. This is particularly choppy, and it's going to have to, I don't want to just buy if it pops here just above, because you've got all this overhead recent resistance, which is very relative for like a day trading type play. So I'm not going to do that. So this is, guys, I'm actually bringing something in that's different with my systems. Not necessarily because it's not doing that great. I understand the whole theory behind trend trading, and I will continue to run that system as well as the 1 hour. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Bye for now. Have a great weekend. Study hard, and good luck for next week.